Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, looking at YELP GWPH PCLN TSLA and NVDA. So YELP rejecting yet again, unable to break 34.88. At this point, I would not be a bull unless already in a position, but I would not enter any bullish position without a break of that level because I would want momentum. I don't want to just be trading sideways here, stagnant, dead money. We've got a higher low pattern. We're very tight here. 33.35 support, 34.88 resistance. The Bollinger Bands are reflecting that tightness. And in order to break out above the upper Bollinger Band, we're going to need some big time volume to back up the bull move if we do see one. So very skeptical of the bulls just because of how long this bounce is taking to play out. But if we do get that break of 34.80, we should see some upside. The only problem is now, as if we were to see a strong bounce, 2 weeks ago, plenty of upside room before the Bollinger Band, but now that's the first level that we're going to be encountering as resistance. The weekly time frame is holding the 50-week moving average for a month in a row. That's at 33.55. We are not confirming that bullish reversal candlestick from last week in any convincing way. So we need to be skeptical of these bulls until they prove to us that they have some upside momentum. GWPH still weak, and this is not a good sign. Even though we did get a little higher low and a higher high, it's not significant. It is low bear volume. That's another good point for the bulls, but overall, this is a potential bear flag. We had a pretty significant dump over 3 days, a really weak bounce attempt, and if we see a break of 122.11, the bear flag will be confirmed, and we're looking at 120.39, the must-hold level for the bulls to maintain higher lows on the daily time frame. So it's getting to a critical point here where the bulls need to see follow through in a break of 124.75. Otherwise, we are going to be looking at that 120.39 level and the weekly middle Bollinger Band, 120.19. That's pretty much going to be right around the 120.39 level next week as well. So, like I said, pretty critical area here where the bulls really need to show up. We've been seeing some strong biotech moves over the past week, and we're not seeing the correlation here on GWPH. So we do need to be skeptical. If I were in a longer-term bullish position, maybe I get a stop loss if this level breaks, and I step back and look to reassess the situation and maybe make an entry at a different point. But that would break the higher low pattern. PCLN new all-time high. We have a triple top today on the 5-minute time frames from 1775 psychological resistance. We'll be looking at 1780 after that if the bulls can break it to new all-time highs. And the key support going forward is 1755 and 1756, a double low of consolidation earlier in the week to maintain the higher low pattern. And a very tight range here. We're either going to see further upside, and the inside candlestick on the S&P 500 could potentially dictate which direction we see tomorrow. But we've been seeing a very consistent higher low pattern. Bulls have remained slow and steady in full control. It would require a break of 1769, the low of today, in order to see the first signals of weakness for the PCLN bulls, closing above the upper Bollinger Band, attempting to for the third week in a row, which has not happened in a very long time. Bulls in full control, blue sky breakout mode still. 1775, a bit of a tough resistance. We'll see how the bulls react to that tomorrow. NVDA was a lead bull at the end of the day today. Very strong close. Getting over that middle Bollinger Band, closing at the high of the day. Two resistance levels, 104.37, 105.20. Bulls are trying to break the lower high pattern. We broke it by breaking 101.30. That was signal number one. But now if we break 105.20, that does indicate that we are likely heading back up to try and fill this gap. So this is a big time recovery. Obviously, the price action is not big time yet. There's been some nice gains off the lows, but if we can get above 105.20, that's going to set the tone, and from there we'll be looking for higher lows and higher highs as the bulls maintain the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly 4 weeks in a row. 99.91 continues to hold, trying to get back over these exponential moving averages. If we see a green day tomorrow, these exponential moving averages are back as support on the weekly time frame, and the bulls really regain some strength in the short term. So a nice strong close today. We'll see what kind of upside we do get tomorrow. Bulls maintaining this oversold bounce, and we were oversold on the shorter term hourly time frame. It has developed into a much more drawn out bounce than just the hourly time frame when we originally were scouting that bounce. So last we've got Tesla. Tesla seeing some more news to the upside, bullish reaction to capital raising, which is usually not the case, but Mr. Musk doing a really good job of keeping the market in his pocket. So we've got a gap up open today. Indecision after a big bull move over 3 days does favor the bears in the short term. If we were to see a break of the low of today, 259.06, we're looking at the middle Bollinger Band to be a support to be tested. That will be in the low 255 range. So the bulls are turning the trend around, and now after some follow through to the upside, we're looking at this gap at 272.60, but it does look like we might need to consolidate, form a higher low, and then try and make a move back up towards filling the gap. And the weekly time frame gives us a convincing picture that the bulls are saying, okay, consolidation's done for now. We built our base at 242 and 243 over the past 3 weeks, and we're ready to get this party started back for the bulls. And we knew this consolidation was against the trend in the sense that the bulls really established themselves on this big bull move and have control of an uptrend on the weekly time frame once we broke the downtrend. So now we're looking for higher lows and higher highs, and we are going to be watching for a new low of consolidation to be formed and then continuation to the upside if we get a break of the low of today, 259.06, tomorrow. And again, that indecision does favor the bears slightly because of the move we've seen over the past 3 days. On the verge of a bullish MACD cross, all moving averages as support. Tesla asserting itself on this news-driven fundamental bullish breakout and short squeeze. So thanks for checking in. We'll check back in over the weekend, and we will see you then.